to the Narrative Podcast with Halsey Allen. The Narrative Podcast is changing the narrative one episode at a time.
Hello. Welcome. You are now listening to the Narrative Podcast. I am your host, Halsey Allen. Welcome all my narrators. Welcome all newbies to just now tuning in to my platform. So back at it. All my narrators, they all know the demonstration. They already know what the Narrative Podcast is and what my platform is dedicated to. So I'm just going to quickly, give you a breakdown of, my platform and what it is I do here. For anybody that may just now be tuning in, came across me on a random scroll or just listening, wherever you get your podcast from. So first and foremost, let's start with the title. It's called The Narrative Podcast, and it's called The Narrative Podcast for a reason. Basically, I titled it The Narrative Podcast because I believe that the media projects a false narrative of original people and original culture. I get to the original part briefly. So basically, they weave false narratives about our people and our culture to fit their narrative. So what is their narrative? Their narrative is basically to, destroy us by any means and profit from us, profit from our pain by any means. They perpetuate and generate negative stereotypes about our people and our culture, and they purposely play up all the negative nuances we have within our culture to, strengthen them financially, to just strengthen their financial foothold that they have on the economy. So basically what I'm saying is it's big business for the powers that be to, project and personify negative images of our people and our culture to, basically sell news. Because we are news. We've never not been news. We're fascinating people. But it's just the negativity within our culture is what sells the news. So they want to perpetuate gang culture, drug culture, thought culture, and basically just have us looking and sounding crazy. So basically, I want to come up with a platform that focuses more on positivity, basically just showing our excellence and what we contribute to the human experience here on Earth, celebrating all of our accomplishments and achievements, and just basically strengthening and playing up our strong points, our strong suits, and basically edifying our people and projecting positive self-images of us, because the powers that be are basically trying to, manipulate us into, seeing ourselves a certain way and accepting certain behaviors as normal. So, yeah, they, the way they set up the media, the way they set up music, they just quietly suggest, living destitute and falling short of the mark is just normal for our people and our culture. So, I wanted to create a platform where, I'm showcasing and highlighting us triumphing in the face of adversity and not, coming across as, disenfranchised or destitute or downtrodden. So I hope that sums it up for you. Now I'm gonna get back to the original part. What I mean by original people, I mean that about us. I'll call refer to us as original people on my platform in place of the word black. It's not because I'm ashamed of being black. It's not a self-hatred thing. It's actually a self-awareness thing. Recently, I had an epiphany about the word black, and in my findings, I've come to realize that we did not choose to be called black. The word black doesn't, mean ethnicity or origin or nationality. This is just something that the powers that be assigned to us. And when you go into a dictionary or a thesaurus and look at the word black, you will see all these negative adjectives, nouns, pronouns, etc. All these example sentences of negativity with the word black. And, I believe in the power of words on my platform. And when you keep saying a negative word, it like produces a negative effect. And you can go and look at our culture. So I'm not just pulling stuff out of my butt. And you will see, here in America and abroad, the way we're living here still in modern day from calling ourselves black, from referring to ourselves as black. You go look at a dictionary. Black symbolizes death. Black symbolizes destruction, depression, you name it. Black, aggressive, gloomy. If you have like a black cell, it's usually like you're losing money, not gaining money. So, but the word original, it's just all positive connotation. So you can't be original. And then in terms of us, our people, we are the original man and the original woman of this planet. We were here first on Earth. We were here first, definitely in the Americas. There's not one corner of the globe that we didn't already originally inhabit. But somehow that got left out of all the history books. But in our origin, being the original man and being the original woman, we basically mothered and fathered civilization. We taught all races, origins, ethnicities, how to survive in the world. We educated them. We were the first architects, first builders, first journeymen. And I can go on and on and on, but you can't, it's irrefutable proof, black and white evidence that we were here first. Original man and original woman. That's why I refer to us as original on my platform instead of black. Now, there will be some exceptions to that rule on my platform. Like if I read an article and it says black in the article, black man, black woman, if I'm sharing some information, I'm not going to say, oh, original man, original woman. It's in the article, it says black. I probably say black like that in that context. It just all depends what the context is when I'm saying black, but, rule of thumb when on my platform, when I'm saying original people, original man, or original woman, I mean us, black people. And then also, original is all inclusive. It's all of us, because we're all made up of different people. Some of us was already originally here in the Americas, while others of us came aboard on slave ships. Some of us hail from different parts of the world, Haiti, Jamaica, the islands, Latin America, places like that. But if you are melanated, and can trace your origins back to Africa, you are original. So saying original also, cuts through all that division we have within our culture. Because, people want to say, oh, I'm Haitian, oh, I'm Jamaican. But then when something happens, I'm black. You know what I mean? But if you say original, again, with the positivity, that's all. So I didn't mean to get too long-winded. So I already told you about, what I do here on this platform. I already told you about the original thing. For all my narrators, they already know the demonstration. But for all new people, I'm broadcasting live right now. And what I tend to do in my live broadcast is just share positive articles that I've come across, and then deliver some commentary on something happening currently in the news, and just weigh in from our perspective on it. What I don't do is I don't do gossip. I don't drag people. I don't talk about people. I don't roast people. Basically, just like, I'm trying to build up, not tear down on this platform. There's enough other platforms that tear us down. I don't want to be another one. I want to build us up and edify us. And basically, put out the positive frames of reference about our people and our culture. So that's what I do here. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to share some positive articles that came across my radar. Then I'm gonna deliver some commentary. I might, before the commentary, I'll go briefly just give you a run through about my normal format for my normal broadcast day, which is every single weekend. But today it's just a random live. I'm broadcasting live. I never know what days I'm going to go live, between what hours I'm going to go live, just like whenever I get a free moment. I try to let all the articles accumulate throughout the week, so I at least have 3 or 4 really good stories to share with you. And the purpose of me sharing these articles is to provide the positive frame of reference. My overall takeaway I want you to get from the content on my podcast is how imperative and how important it is to share positive content on your platforms, on this digital space we're in, because if you're constantly sharing negative things, people would think negative things about our culture. Now, not to say like that's the end all be all solution, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. Also, not to say, I can change the mind of a person that just has it in their mind that they don't like original men and original women. That's not the goal. It's not my goal to like change their mind or seek their approval. Basically, what I'm doing is telling our story correctly. You know what I mean? So if you want to tell our story, tell it right. Don't just put out this false narrative of us and make that be fact. All these negative stereotypes about us. Be true, that present it as true, and present it as a generalization. That's how we all act and behave. If you are going to put out the negative stereotypes, at least put out the why. Why are we acting like that and behaving like that? And they won't do that because they have to take responsibility for that. Because every negative thing we have going on within our culture is learned behavior. We was not doing any of that until we got introduced to European influences. And that's a fact too. We don't have a history of being warlike. We don't have a history of subjugating our women. We don't have a history of killing each other. Not until we came in contact with them. We don't have a history of imposing our will on other people, of subjugating other people, of making people believe what we believe. We don't have a history of that. But anyway, I got a little long-winded. I'm going to dive into this content, and we're going to have a good time here on the Narrative Podcast today. So before I get started, I just want to say happy Thursday. Hope your week has gone well. Congratulations, everybody. We made it over hump day, which was Wednesday. So this weekend, hey, man, another week. All right, here we go. Okay, so this first one, this is really like it chokes me up a little bit when I saw it, but yeah, it's really super fluffy, gives you a good warm fuzzy, or gave me a good warm fuzzy when I read it. So the headline reads, Big Brother takes his 7-year-old sister to the father-daughter dance when her dad failed to show up last year. And the 11-year-old young man's name is Christian. And I forgot, it didn't say the sister's name, but it didn't say the sister's name in the article. I probably have to look it up in just a second. So basically, it's trending news. I think it happened in Atlanta. Basically, her father didn't show up for the father-daughter dance last year. It's really unfortunate. She reached out to him, and he chose whatever he chose over the dance. So I know there's two sides of every story. He might have an actual legitimate reason why he couldn't be there last year, but the young man stepped up, and that's awesome. So there's a silver lining on that cloud. And he was, standing on business at 11 years old. He didn't want to have his little sister be the only one without a father. So hopefully that brother can get his act together, because it's still time to do whatever he needs to do to make amends with the mother, and they can straighten that out so we don't miss any more father-daughter dances. All right. So on to the next article. Headline reads, Black student diagnosed with autism graduates at valedictorian with a 4.8 GPA, highest ever at his school. And the young man's name is Nicholas Watson from Texarkana, Arkansas. He was diagnosed with autism and ADHD at birth. He has been accepted to 45 different colleges and universities and was awarded $1.5 million in scholarships. So that's more than an impressive feat. He definitely triumphed in the face of adversity. Now, I will just add to the point. So it says he was diagnosed at birth, but this is primarily why we need our own schools and our own doctors, because they are notorious for misdiagnosing our children. Now, if you have autism, you have autism, so you know the symptoms of autistic children. They, have problems concentrating. They have, really sporadic speech pattern. The flailing of the arms and just all that stuff. I get it if you are that, but like I said, these doctors and these educators intentionally misdiagnose our children with mental diseases. They'll put them in like special classes. I'm doing air quotes, resource classes, saying they are like learning disabled. They either cannot, do reading or math, or just stay on task in whatever. And so, like, we need to like be diligent about that, rearing our children as long as they're involved in the public school system, to be actively involved in your child's studies and, make sure study habits are being enforced at home. Get second opinions. Just because they tell you something, you don't have to accept that. You don't have to accept it. It's called a second opinion. And 9 out of 10 times when it comes to our children, it's just really because, they want the funding because the school gets extra money for special needs children. Teachers get, like paid more money. They get more vacation time, computer systems. They get more perks for like teaching learning impaired students versus quote unquote normal students. So it's a big finesse sometimes. You got to keep an eye on that. But anyway, I applaud this young man's effort. He triumphed in the face of adversity. They told him he could not at some point in time, and he proved that he could and that he is. And he is now triumphing in the face of adversity, proving everybody wrong that said he could not do it. So we're going to give Nicholas a round of applause. And then also Christian, the young man that took his younger sister to the father-daughter dance. All right. So next article headline reads, ex-felon taught himself the stock market and now he's a Wall Street wizard. And the brother's name is Leon Howard. He's a native to New Orleans. He got arrested at age 16. He had a very rough life. They arrested him for attempted murder and robbery, armed robbery, And, he started off life bad, witnessing his mother being shot. So he basically learned about the stock market during his incarceration. I'm giving you the condensed version because on my platform, I try to keep, all my articles like really short, brief to the point. I get more into my format later, but pretty much during a normal broadcast day, I've divided my podcast into sections, and each section has a speaking point. So, for time purposes, I try to keep it like as brief as possible on here. Super brief on my when I go live, if I can help it. But anyway, I'm giving you the condensed version. His story is a lot more complex than that. He witnessed his mother get shot at age 9. So it didn't say in the article, what did they accuse him of? It didn't give me the blow by blow. So I can't tell you the blow by blow on what his case consisted of, but I'm pretty sure if you do your Googles, you might find something. But essentially, he got interested in the stock market during his bid. He met somebody that was, in there for a white collar crime, embezzlement. And he was giving them, stock tips from there. And then from there, of course, went to that good old prison library, strengthened his skills, was reading the daily newspaper after he knew how to, pick stocks and whatnot. After he got the terminology and all the buzz phrases down, he knew what, words meant what. He ended up purchasing his first stocks he took a skilled trade in the penitentiary iron worker. And so all his checks from that he used to buy stocks while incarcerated and was managing his stocks. And so when he came home, he didn't even need to do the work release program because he already, made a nifty bundle on the stock market. So now he's basically like a stock market guru. He does like TED Talks. He teaches financial literacy. He does online webinars. So just an amazing real life example of, it's never too late. You can always change your life around. Everybody gets dealt a bad hand. It's just like you got to reshuffle the deck and, try again. So give it up to Brother Leon Howard and, follow his story to, find out where he's at now on his journey. All right. I think this is my last article for today. Headline reads, this couple brought over 3,000 Black people together to build an affordable community. And so the couple's name, it didn't say their last names, but Majesty and Elise, and they are the founders of evoct.org. And it's basically a free membership platform that uses the power of real estate to protect the economic, health, and political interests of Black people globally. Currently, they have 3,000 members. And their goal is, to keep sustainable housing. The nonprofit focuses on pooling the resources within the Black community to benefit the entire African diasporas. Currently, there are 25 chapters nationally, and their focus is primarily on rehabilitating Black neighborhoods. Each chapter is responsible for opening its own food bank. So that's very productive. I would, advise anybody to look into that, do the knowledge, and try to start something like that in your neck of the woods, self-included. Well, that is all the articles I have to share today. So now, as promised, I'm going to just give you a quick rundown of my entire format from when I'm broadcasting on a normal day on weekends. And I'm going to tell you why I do each section. And then I'm going to deliver a little commentary and have you enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'm going to definitely enjoy the rest of mine. So, firstly, I'll start out with a promotional section. In the promotional section, what I'm doing is basically promoting original people-owned and operated businesses, product businesses, or and products and services. So I'm basically plugging, Black-owned businesses. So I already told you about the original. Every time I say original, just in case you forgot, I'm referring to us. And the reason why I'm doing that section is basically to do my part to help generate, you know, the original people dollar and the original people community, pull our resources by giving, people that need or would like some free promotion the opportunity to get some for their business product or service. It is my great expectation. I attract people that like actually do for the community, like hire their own and, either, pay into a nonprofit organization or have their own nonprofit organization and, sponsor things in the community. So that's the type of people I would like to promote. Not just people looking out for them and theirs. That's what's wrong with our community. We got too many of us just got this me and my mentality. As long as I'm straight, as long as me and mine straight, I don't care about nobody. And that's, again, we never had that mentality until we got around other influences. So yeah, that's what I do in that section. I'm over 100 episodes in. You can go check a previously recorded episode to see what else, like my email address for the free promotion, like how would you get the free promotion? In the body of the email, when you send me the email, just make sure you include all the specifics about your business, product, or service. Like if you got a brick and mortar location, tell me the address, hours of operation, where it's located at, what city, state, zip, all that good junk. If it's online business, tell me your tagline, tell me just anything you want me to know about the business, the shipping, do you charge for shipping and handling, the email address, of course, telephone number, if you got a telephone number, email, all that good stuff. Just be as specific as possible. And then also include a little snippet about yourself. Give me a brief bio about yourself. Your educational background, your expertise in whatever you're selling, like whatever your business is, whatever your product is, like, what's your expertise in that? Why did you become interested in it? What is your goal? What is your company's core values? All that good stuff. The consumer wants to know all that. You include all that, I'll be able to give you a nice, proper, persuasive, promotional sales pitch. So, it rests entirely upon you about how much information you provide me to promote your business, product, or service. And then, like I said, I'm not charging any money. I don't want your personal information. I'm just doing that to do my part to help circulate the original people dollar and the original people community. Like you don't even have to even shout out my podcast if you don't want to. It'd be cool if you did. I wouldn't be mad at it. But, it's not necessary. All right. So my next section. Now this section, I'm actually it's called the highlight section. In the highlight section, what I'm doing is I'm highlighting businesses owned and operated by original people. It's just like some businesses that I've come across, owned and operated by original people. These original people hire their own. They either have their own nonprofit organization or have paid into one. They also really got a good, interesting backstory of how they start the business, their journey, their walk. It's usually the people that I highlight in my highlight section is just regular schmegular people like you and me, just got tired of being sick and tired, got tired of doing the 9-to-5 thing, wanted to start their own business, didn't have a lot of knowledge, didn't have a lot of money. They just stepped out on faith and made it do what it do, and they figured it out. And the purpose of me doing that section is to provide a positive frame of reference that it can be done. Because again, the way they have this media set up, it'll just have you feeling trapped, like you can't get out of your situation. To accept, living destitute, or the new one is being underserved. That's their new little code word for us, underserved community. And again, with the power of words, this is very divisive and very deceptive. We're not underserved because we can't service ourselves. We're underserved because you refuse to provide service for us. I'm gonna back up a bit because I just skipped this section. I just realized. So before the highlight section, I actually have a contest promotional section that I do exclusively just for this podcast, and it's called the Chew on This contest. And in this contest, what I'm basically doing is giving my current listening audience, and as well as new people, the opportunity to earn a bulk supply of their favorite snack just simply by emailing me and entering the contest. And what the contest is basically I want you to participate by sharing your most recent Shopping While Black experience. Again, so the reason why I'm doing that section is it's part promotional to promote my podcast, give you an incentive to, if you are listening, to keep listening. If you're new to the podcast, to listen, give a lot of cool prizes. And so this cool little prize is the bulk supply of your favorite snack, and you will get it for free just by participating in the contest. And again, it's called the Chew on This. And in this contest, I basically just want you to share your most recent Shopping While Black experience. The reason why that topic is to basically keep that topic going. Because we need to talk about this. Like before, when we had our own communities, we didn't really have to worry about that too much. Before, we segregated or desegregated or integrated. Yeah, before we integrated, when we had our own communities, we didn't really have to worry about getting followed around the store to see if, have a shopkeeper follow you around the store as if you're going to steal something, giving you rude, nasty attitude, like they don't want you in the store. They don't want you to, they don't want you patronizing their retail business. And this is something that we all experience here in America and abroad, but especially in America. It's really unfortunate. But again, that's another reason why I'm having the contest, is to keep the conversation going, and just to reassure you, you're not tripping, you're not bugging. So to enter the contest, just share your most recent Shopping While Black experience. What I'm looking for the contest winner, like how did you know it was racially motivated, whatever your experience was. I'm not looking for an autobiography, just, give me a brief synopsis of what happened. Just basically like what you would say if you was to file a complaint, like what's on the complaint. And usually on a complaint, it's like, were you denied service? What happens, the specific details. And then also if you did follow up, like with a lawsuit or something, like tell me that. What came of that? And again, when you enter the contest, make sure you tell me, what your favorite snack is. Then also, your mailing address so I know where to send it to. And again, your most recent Shopping While Black experience. All right, so I already said the highlight section. or I was doing the highlight section. I was in the middle of doing the highlight section, so just another brief run through that section. So basically, in the highlight section, what I'm looking for, or what it's about, is to provide the positive frame of reference, that we can do for self, that we don't have to be, complicit with the 9-to-5 lifestyle. Because again, the media programs and conditions us to make us, feel downtrodden, like we can't, come out of that situation, that, no way in, no way out type mentality. So in that section, it's basically I'm highlighting businesses owned and operated by original people. And the original people that own and operate them businesses are just like regular people like you and me that just sat down, figured it out, got sick and tired of being sick and tired, started their own business, something they was passionate about, didn't have a whole lot of educational background, didn't have a whole lot of money to start their business. They just basically stepped out on faith. Another reason why I'm highlighting that, do the highlight section is, or in this highlight section, is people that provide for their own, either pay into a nonprofit organization, have their own nonprofit organization, and use their resources to help the community that they are rooted in. So like they donate probably their products and stuff, whatever they're selling, if it's a food item, if it's a clothes item, give back to the community, give back to the needy. That's what I'm looking for in that section. And then also, and my last qualifying factor is that it lines up with my current theme. And my current theme right now is the season of fall. So yeah. So after my highlight section, I go on to my spotlight section. And in my spotlight section, what I'm doing is spotlighting a prominent figure, somebody in the public eye in the entertainment industry. So like an actor, actress, an athlete, comedian, recording artist, writer, producer, public figure, what have you, anybody in the public eye that uses their platform to represent us in a positive light, the way they carry and conduct themselves, definitely. And then definitely like doing for the community, like taking care of us, like doing some type of philanthropy, and speaking unapologetically on our issues, on our problems, speaking unapologetically on our issues when they, when they're being interviewed or whatever platform they go on that they have to speak to, they speak on our problems. They speak to our cause, what we're going through. So I don't say the struggle, because again, the power of words, because if you say the word struggle, you'll feel like you're struggling, but what we're currently going through as a people, they don't have any qualms about, speaking on it, giving the raw unapologetically. And to my credit, like I keep saying, and I'm going to keep saying it to somebody proves me wrong or just tells me to shut up, I started the way for spotlighting. Because before I added the spotlight section to my podcast, nobody on YouTube, internet, wherever, podcast, wherever, had an exclusive spotlight section in their content. Nobody. And you can go back through my listening log. I'm like over 100 episodes in from the time I started doing it. And then you can go back and do your Googles and you will see nobody was. So, this internet is really powerful. It makes the world smaller and people definitely notice you. Even when they don't see your face, I'm an audio platform and I started a trend. And I'm not mad at all that other people are doing it because, that's the takeaway I want you to get from my platform is to share positive content, share, us in a positive light, bigging your brother up, bigging your sister up, giving them their just dues. Not dragging them all the time, not kicking them while they're down, not talking about them, not spreading gossip and lies, give them some credit. And I can take a bow for starting that trend. But that's essentially what I do in the spotlight section. Okay, and after the spotlight section, I go on to the health and wellness section. And in the health and wellness section, what I'm doing is basically sharing information that will inspire a healthy and active fit lifestyle. And my motivation behind that section is because we are, targeted with all these diseases. These little mad scientists are just sitting up there concocting stuff, putting stuff in the food we eat, the air we breathe, the water we bathe in, all our cosmetics, household items, air freshener, toiletries, cologne, deodorant, soap. They're putting all these things in it that wreak havoc on our unique cellular structure. Like it breaks down our melanin, basically, which is our superpower. It either, breaks it down, rearranges it, or it completely destroys it. You'll be sitting up there getting sick and you don't know why. So, basically, I'm just giving out tips to help you maintain a healthy, active, fit lifestyle. The types of things you'll hear in that section is basically like the health benefits of a fruit, vegetable, herb, roots, extract, if you're putting it into your body like that, some type of physical exercise you can do to keep yourself, healthy, mental stuff like mindful breathing, meditation, prayer, metaphysical stuff, basically just to be, healthy, active, fit lifestyle. Just maintain maximum vitality in all areas. That's what I'm doing in that section. And by no means am I a doctor or like an herbalist or any type of guru. These are just changes I made in my life that are visibly noticeable, that people know me. This is why I'm different. This is why my speech patterns change. This is why, the quality of my life has changed because I've incorporated these changes. Change my diet, change my speech pattern, change my modality of my thought process, and that's what we should all be doing. We should all be just putting healthy things in our body, in our mind, and just really cherishing our temple, just cherishing our physical vessel, and just moving in, divine timing. But I digress. That's basically what I do in that section. Just, offer tips to maintain a healthy, active, fit lifestyle. Next section, after the health and wellness, is my speaking point of the day. And our speaking point of the day is usually like current news, breaking news, something either that relates directly to us, something going on in the world that, that we need to talk about from our perspective. I'll unpack it from our perspective, where we at in this, whatever the breaking news is. Or just, if I don't have anything like that, just something on my mind, an observation that I made about us, and you know, something we need to do. And when I say we, I mean myself as well. And then lastly is my final thought of the day. And my final thought of the day is usually like a gem, a pearl of wisdom. Just something to inspire critical thinking, something that will, resonate on your mind. Be like, I never thought about it that way. That's what that is. And then close out. And there you have it, the Narrative Podcast experience in a whole. For a normal broadcast day, this was a random live. And I'm broadcasting live right now. So in order to not miss me when I'm live, what you probably should do is subscribe to my YouTube, my viewer page. I don't have one exclusively for the Narrative Podcast, but if you follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, Halsey Allen. Subscribe, click your notification button, your little bell. You won't miss me when I'm live because this platform automatically, broadcasts to my YouTube. So every time I'm live, it's automatically on YouTube. And it's also automatically goes to my Twitter. So I'm broadcasting live on Twitter right now as well. So if you follow Halsey Allen on Twitter, you'll never miss me when I'm live. So yeah, that was the Narrative Podcast experience in whole. You got the whole gist of it now, what I do. So I don't really have too much commentary right now, like things to talk about, trending anyway. Well, one thing's trending right now that I don't mind talking about because it's actually super positive and I love it, and I like this brother, and I like all his work. Been a fan for many years, and then of course, he don't like it when you call him this, and I got a cool story about this, but I'm gonna get into it. What's trending right now? Malcolm Jamal Warner just broke the internet. He was just basically just did a little TikTok, and this is actually an old video. A rapper had did over the beat of DMX's "What Do They Want," and in this version of it, Malcolm Jamal Warner is just kind of lip syncing the lyrics to the rap. And in the rhyme, they basically are just like spotlighting all our, prominent figures in our culture, people that did, things for us. Like they're talking about, like, in the song, if you're familiar with the original version, DMX's version, he's talking about all the women that he been with, all the women that he slept with. But in this version, this is like all the great leaders we had in our community. And Malcolm Jamal Warner, he's just like, he's bobbing out, just like lip syncing those lyrics. And it made it so powerful and impactful because he's such a dynamic actor, and he just really made you believe like he was the one that wrote the rhyme, but all he's doing is lip syncing to it. The rhyme is super dope, so all you got to do is just in your Google browser or like go on YouTube, type in Malcolm Jamal Warner, what do they want, and it should pop right up. While I'm live, I can probably do it right now, so I can listen to it and see what I'm talking about. I don't own the rights, but let me do it right quick. Trying to do it. Okay. I didn't do it. All right. Here we go. I'm about to do it so you can see or listen to what I'm talking about. I keep on saying see, and I'm on an audio platform. Yeah, he got like on a tuxedo.
But you experienced no cost whatsoever. You had kept $1,000 of gold
In the
and
video.
$1,000 in a vault for the last 100 years. That $1,000 would have lost 98.2% of its purchasing power.
Here you go.
Well,
It was Martin, Malcolm, Hewitt, Alvin, Marcus, Richard, Jesse, Adam, Carlin, Gordon, James, Philip, Nat. Showed them not to play with us. Duke, Langston, Thurgood, Robert, Hank, Jesse, Jackie, Muhammad, Paul, Stokely, Mecca, Webb. About 3 Benjamins, a good 2 Freds. Women like Harriet, Rosa, Ida, Shirley, Sojourner, Madam, Maya, Mary, Bessa, Ella, and Retta. Even baby Ruby was out here applying pressure. Gail, John, Booker, Sid, George, you nuts if you don't know who he is. Beyond, Charles, Roy, Carter, Cecil, just for drinking them white folks' water. All kings and queens, yes, for real. And to the ones that we lost, like Emmett Till, and all over there, we gonna continue to hold it down. Say it loud, black, and I'm proud. It was small.
All right, so y'all heard that. That's his little TikTok he did. He went viral for that. And I'm so glad he went viral for something positive because I'm going to really like reach out. I'm going to find this person coming up with these TikTok trends and we're going to have a little chit chat. Because some of this shit is just so stupid. Pardon my language. I try not to curse on here, but some of these TikTok challenges are just stupid. Like, come on. Come on with some of these TikTok challenges. I wasn't mad at the silhouette challenge. Yeah, y'all did a good job with that. I wasn't mad at that. But some of these are just dumb, dog. Like sticking the hanger on your head. I'm still not over that one. Like, if you that bored, like seriously, get up, read a book, organize the closet, do some chores. If you're that damn bored to stick a hanger on your head, like, I don't. But anyway, off TikTok. What else is going on? Oh, yes. The internet being a little. Oh, I said I was going to share my Malcolm Jamal Warner story. I mean, it's not really like nothing super. It's my like failed attempt to get the autograph story because I did kind of sort of meet him in real life. And it just kind of went left. So I'm going to give you a little, the time I met Malcolm Jamal Warner's story. So like, it was around like the early 2000s. It was between like 4 through 7. I don't remember exactly what year. I know like Malcolm and Eddie had just went off in syndication. I think it was in the pocket around then when he was on his new project with Jason Alexander on CBS. I think it was around that pocket. So anyway, he came to my neck of the woods. He was at a grocery store. Like, well, how did he come to my neck of the woods was it was around this Black History Month. And so like every Black History Month, we have like a celebrity come down here, do a venue, meet and greet type thing. There's all kinds of vendors and all kinds of stuff. for the black people to live here. But anyway, he was in the city just out and about, and I was at the grocery store, and there was like a coffee store catty corner to the grocery store where I was at. So at the coffee shop, it had a banner announcing the event, where the event was at between the hours of whoa, 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 woody, woody, woody. But then also on the banner, it had his picture on it. He said, special guest, Malcolm Jamal Warner, TV's Theo. That's what it said on the banner. TV's Theo. Or you might know him as Theo from TV, something like that, but it was on the banner like that. So anyway, so now I'm out the grocery store, and I'm just I walk by the coffee shop. And then who's at the coffee shop? Outside of it, not inside of it. He's like outside, and he's like kind of looking up at the banner, and he's talking to a guy, most likely the owner. So I kind of walked past. I'm walking past. I didn't notice it was him at first. When I looked up, I was like, oh, Theo. And then he real gruff and stern. He put a whole lot of bass in it. He was like, Malcolm, like, say my name right. I was like, huh? And then he said it again, Malcolm. Oh. And I said, oh, and walked away. Because I was going to ask him for an autograph, but like the moment turned left. Like, I didn't get the autograph. And then I went to the venue, seen him again at the little booth he was at or whatever. Before he got up to like deliver his speech to the whole crowd, he was like in a little booth. I didn't go up to the booth to get the autograph because I was like, oh, because it was kind of looking like he remembered me. He probably don't remember it because he like all over the country, but I remember it from that day. But anyway, that's my Malcolm Jamal Warner story. Okay, so what been going on over the news? Nothing really. Everybody, the internet been crazy about, 50 Cent's son, Marquise, I think that is his name, saying he's entitled. I grazed back past that on purpose because that's not really what I do on this platform. I don't weigh in on stuff like that. It's just not noteworthy. I don't think we should be weighing in on it as a people because it's not, has anything to do with our liberation. This is the kind of stuff I push on my platform. Like, how can we be liberated? Stuff to uplift us and stuff like that, but it's trending all over the internet. And so the only reason why I'm weighing in it right now is just to tell us we don't need to be worrying about stuff like that. That's, a father-son issue, and it's a shame you can't have private moments on the internet anymore. That's between him and his son. Even though his son's going public with it, like, nobody should have nothing to say about that. Like, I don't get it. Like, especially if you're not a content creator. If you're not creating no content, you definitely don't need to be in the comments, commenting on how you believe, his son is just the audacity, acting like entitled, and you know what I'm saying? Like, even if he is acting entitled, like, not really got nothing to do with all of this, like, father-son issue. But I will say this, from my personal perspective, I think some of it's cap, because with 50 Cent's history of him being like a master troller, like, to me it seems like a big finesse, like, because it seems like the internet goes crazy every time his son talks about him. So, like, Wouldn't it just be something if they just sat down and have little chit chats and they have the greatest father-son relationship ever? And he just like adopted his dad's little mentality of trolling and creating headlines to get people to talk. Like, I don't know. That's my perspective. I think it's just a big finesse. He goes online and talks about his dad. Because it's spurts. It ain't never consistent. It'd be like, talk about him like a dog for 8-9 months, and then we'll see it on the internet, they reconcile, then unhugged, and like that's his son, and like, I don't know, I feel like it's finesse. My unpopular opinion is like, they planning it and getting paid off it. Like, I don't know. It seems like a finesse to me. It just seems like he's saying, here, son, go get your money. Like, they want to sit up there and talk about me. You might as well get some money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go get your money, son. That's what it seemed like to me. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's just what it seems like to me. So yeah, the only other thing is something that I'm probably not going to not stop pushing. Because, the primary elections is upon us. And, everybody is just ramping up, getting ready to vote, and all these little campaigns, vote or die, vote. But here's the thing. Our people, us, original men, original women, aka black people, we should be getting something for our vote. We should be like focusing and practicing, getting the conversation going about reparations. I don't care what political party affiliation you represent, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or independent, grassroots, red, left, right, conservative, liberal, whatever. You should be like making them put on the table reparations. Because they keep on finessing us and spinning us every time we say the R word. Like they finesse it and spin it. And every single election with every new, president, we get no tangibles. It's like every other ethnicity in this country got skipped over us. Like Asians got, reconciled. Our government reconciled with them, gave them some money. And they was involved in Pearl Harbor, but okay, gave them some money. Gave the Italians some money. That was just in the 80s, so that's not long ago at all. Gave them some money. Gave the Jewish people some money. That didn't even happen on the soil of the United States. That happened in Nazi Germany, but they got money. But the people who built this country don't get anything. And y'all did this to us all these years and still doing it today because all these, y'all made money off of us. And the money you made off of us, the way you made it off of us, is still being used today. That's how banks were built in America, off of our labor. You understand? All these industrial trades was built on our labor. There's a whole lot of things, inventions that we invented that, slave masters took from us and said was theirs, that we still use today. But in the history books, it goes to the credit of them inventing it. And to all my immigrants, I say you're welcome. Because if y'all sitting back judging us saying, we came over here, we didn't speak a lick of English, and we had it hard, and 3 cents and 5 cents and 2 cents a day, I say to y'all, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have an America to immigrate to get a fresh start. You understand? We built the country. We fought we were forced to fight in the 2 pivotal wars that started America. So we need something. And it's not a handout, it's what's owed to us. And we absolutely 110% have it. They just showed us during the pandemic that they have the money. They keep on trying to say, if they give it to us, it's going to bankrupt the economy. It's not going to bankrupt the economy. You have it. We are due that money in pretty much in all different forms. Like the straight up check, if you want to give it to us in education and housing, that too. But we need ours. Everybody else got theirs, we need ours. You finessed us when we had our own neighborhoods, when we was segregated. You finessed us out of that. We lost all our businesses when we integrated and haven't gotten them back. You redlined us, all our veterans, put them in the red line district, took that money. Like just in the 80s, the police dropped a damn gasoline bomb that took out half a whole city block in Jersey, trying to prove a point. Killed thousands. There's so many things you've done to us, like Central Park used to be, a black-owned neighborhood, like a black, town shit. There's 3 rivers that used to be towns. Y'all flooded it intentionally. Black Wall Street, when we try to, proverbial pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Every time we try to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps, you cut the bootstraps and push the line back. So anyway, I guess my speaking point is we need to push the line. We need to be active on our platforms, especially our celebrities, higher echelons. We're sitting up there bringing awareness to this, bringing awareness to this cause, bringing awareness to that cause. You're a grown man, you're a grown woman. You can be socially, bring awareness to whatever social issue you want to. But if you are an original entertainer, a black entertainer, it is your 110% obligation to bring awareness to reparations above everything else, above, breast cancer awareness. I'm sorry, your right to have a child, not to have a child, above that, above everything, because you wake up in the skin you're in, and therefore you're going to wake up in the condition you're in, which is, a product of your skin. This is all this, institutionalized racism, all this, systemic racism, all this, the way it's structured is, directed primarily at us. You know what I mean? If we all band together and just let it be known we ain't for it, you owe us some money, then you can go back to when we get it. You know what I mean? Whatever cause you want to champion, whatever you want to bring awareness to, you can go back to that. Be on this committee, that committee, but we all need to be using our voices, using our platforms to get these reparations, period. We can go back to roasting each other and all that after we get it. Like, I can already see the memes now when we do get it, like before reparations, after reparations. But point being is we need it. and we need to be persistent on it. And we need to just like really just be like pit bulls about it, like a lock, like a dog on lockjaw. Just like stand on their neck about it. Whatever candidate, we need to be pressing the line. We need to be writing our Congress people. We need to be forming committees, panels, town hall meetings, all that until we get it. Until they get it, actually, because they're not getting it, or they're trying to act like they're not getting it. They get it. We need to like spell it out for them because they're acting kind of slow. That was really my only point. We need to stay persistent on reparations. Kind of all talked out. I shared the articles. Thanks everybody for listening. I think I'm going to just close it out right here. And I just wanted to remind everybody to help my platform grow. Download this episode and our previously recorded episodes of the Narrative Podcast. And remember, when I'm live, the quickest way for you not to miss me when I'm live is to follow my YouTube page, my YouTube channel, Halsey Allen on YouTube. Subscribe, click that notification bell, and you will never miss a live episode of the Narrative Podcast when I'm broadcasting live on the Narrative Podcast, and then also on Twitter, Halsey Allen on Twitter, because I'm broadcasting live right now, so you'll never miss the broadcast if you follow me on YouTube or Twitter. And I got all kinds of content coming. I'm working on some video content so you can see the face behind the voice. Got all kinds of projects coming pretty soon. Just continue to support my platform. I'm growing every single broadcast. Also, please support my personal poetry blog. It's called Halsey's Poetry Corner at www.mrhalseysblogs.com on blogger.com, powered by Adam. And the way you support that is when you come to the link, share it on all your platforms, whatever platform you got. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube, TikTok. Whatever your preferred platform that you're the most active on, share it. Share it on Reddit. Share it on, people still use Dig. I don't know. Whatever you're on, share my poems from Halsey's Poetry Corner. Yeah. Thanks for listening. This has been a live edition of the Narrative Podcast. This is your host, Halsey Allen. So when you're downloading, when you're downloading the Narrative Podcast, make sure it's the one hosted by me, Halsey Allen, because there's quite a few narrative podcasts out there, but just make sure it's mine. And thanks for listening, everybody. Check me out this weekend for a full episode of the Narrative Podcast. Enjoy the rest of your week, or enjoy Friday, and I'll see you this weekend. Be safe, be productive, be original, be the original man you are, be the original woman you are, be the original God you are. Narrative Podcast, Halsey Allen, signing off, and it's like that.
Set your place on fire. Put a little bit of shit, put a little bit of shit, get a little bit of gasoline.
Put a little bit of shit, put it. You are now listening to the Narrative Podcast with Halsey Allen. The Narrative Podcast is changing the narrative one episode at a time.